Hey everyone, it's Desy Cheng, and today I have here with me the Langley Alpha Compact. So, actually, it was actually kind of a funny story. So, my friend and I, we both have the Langley Alpha Globetrotter, and we absolutely love the bag. And you know, I've used many camera bags. None of them are perfect. None of them are. But I would have to say that the one camera bag that I love the most, or I use the most, would be the Globetrotter. And it was really funny because I was talking to my friend and I was just like, hey, you know, like, oh man, I love this bag so much, but you know, I just wish there was like a smaller version of this because it is a bigger bag and sometimes you don't need to carry all those things around. And funny enough, he said, there is. I'm like, what? And he told me that they have the Langley Alpha Compact. And I was just like, oh man, I got really excited. I reached out to Langley, and you know, they sent me one over. They sent me this one in brick color. I would have preferred black or gray, but this is the one that they have. And but anyways, regardless of the color, it's an identical bag. I mean, in terms of the colors. And yeah, I received it. I've used it. And I'm here to kind of share with you some of my thoughts about this bag and maybe whether you're going to compare this and thinking about buying the Globetrotter versus the Compact, which one is right for you? Well, I'll tell you. So, but first off, let's kind of go through all of the features, and then towards the end, then I'll kind of tell you about what I think and not think should be improved or whatever. So, this bag, it's made out of a weatherproof material so that, you know, if it's raining, you don't need a rain sleeve or anything like that. It's supposed to, you know, the rain just supposed to drip past it and everything. It is a slightly different material than the black version. The black version is kind of like a rubber material, so I feel like that one would be much more weatherproof than this one. But I haven't gone in a storm with this bag, so can't really tell you. But similarities, it's very similar to the Globetrotter, except for it is a little bit smaller. This front pocket looks identical to the Globetrotter, but just to let you guys know, it is a little bit smaller. I took everything out from my Globetrotter bag and from my front pouch and threw it into this pouch, and it is noticeably a little bit smaller, so just be aware of that. Also, on the sides, they got rid of the two pouches on either side. I actually kind of like the pouches. I like how they did add a water bottle holder, and it is expandable and zippable. So they have these weatherproof zippers, and so right now it's just like a slim little pocket. And if you want to put a water bottle into it, you just kind of unzip it and it expands. So actually, I'll just tell you right away. First, I feel like they kind of missed the ball on this water bottle pocket holder. They have it on either side. And the reason is because, let me go get my water bottle. This is just a standard size water bottle, you know, similar to those Swell water bottles. And when you put it in and you unzip it and you shove it in there, you know, it's not shallow enough. And, you know, I feel like if I'm gonna be walking around or if it gets bumped or something like that, it's very easy for it to kind of fall out. What would have been great would be if they kind of, you know, made it a little bit higher, made it so it was like an elastic, so then it would actually have some kind of thing to kind of hold it nice and snug. So yeah, that's my one comment about the water bottle holder. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. One great addition to the bag are these top straps, Velcro straps on either side. They both have it. And this is great because if you want to secure a tripod, you know, you can use this to strap it in. If you want to attach your hat, if you want to attach a jacket, clothing, other things, its possibilities are endless that you can just use this strap to do that. Once you kind of open it up, there's this top flap and there's this weatherproof zippered flap right here, and you can open it and access the top compartment. So the top compartment, so with this pocket, it is padded, excuse me, it is padded so that if you had a camera in there, you could put it in there. It is also removable, so you can just kind of take it out, and it inside is just kind of, you know, your camera cube and whatever else. So let's talk about this pouch really quickly. So it is a nice padded little camera cube, padded thing, and you can unclip it, and there is a carry handle. So if you just wanted to carry handle or carry this, that would be great. One thing that I think that they could have added, excuse me, was maybe just like a padded divider, an optional padded divider or some Velcro or something like that, so that if I wanted to actually just put two lenses in here, or a small body camera and something else, I could actually, you know, divide it out. But this way, it's just kind of one big open thing. At the very, very top of this, there is a nice little zipper compartment. Now, the Langley, the Globetrotter also has something similar where on the inside they have a zippered pouch. That one is a lot bigger than this one. So this one's just meant for smaller items, nothing too crazy or anything like that. So let's put this back down, shove it in there. So onto the, let's close that up. Onto the bottom, this is nice. They actually have a different material on the bottom, so that if you do set it down on wet ground or anything else like that, the bottom is a little bit more rugged, and so you don't have to worry about your things getting wet or anything like that. So on the back side, it's actually very, very similar to the Globetrotter. You know, you have your sternum strap, you have this nice little whistle that's built into the sternum strap. One thing you don't have is a waist belt, but that's fine though, because this is a smaller bag. It's not supposed to be a very, very heavy bag. And then the only addition that they have is that they have this luggage pass-through that goes up and down through here. It would have been nice if they added zippers on the top and the bottom, so that if you're not using it as a luggage pass-through, which I mean, most people are not using it as a luggage pass-through, they don't travel that much. But it would be good if they had a zippered here, so then you can actually use this as a zippered pocket in addition. The only other thing that I would have to say, which they did not improve upon on the Globetrotter, was this adjustable strap at the top here. So usually on traditional hiking bags, this adjustable strap should have been sewn up here or something like that, and that's to kind of bring in the weight of the bag closer to your shoulders and your body. But the way they have sewn it, it makes it absolutely useless. Whether you tighten it or loosen it is not going to change how the backpack sits on your body, which is kind of stupid. So I feel like this is just there for looks. Next, the main thing. So, weatherproof zippers, which is great. So you unzip it, and it opens up. So on this side, it has a laptop compartment, a laptop sleeve, and there's also a nice zippered sleeve, so if you had an iPad or something else in there. Sorry, that thing just fell. One note, though, it's a very, very snug fit. So this is one other thing which I think that they could improve upon, is that once you put a 15-inch MacBook Pro into here with your camera stuff, it is very tight. And when you're zipping it up, it almost feels like it's bursting at the seams. I'll show you in a sec. But I'll show you all the other features first. So this is a removable camera cube, okay? When you open it up, on the bottom side right here, actually I'll put this down like this. I love how they have organizers. So there are 3 zippered organizers for thin items, right? You can't put anything too thick, otherwise it's going to bulge right here. So compared to the Globetrotter, everything is just smaller. It's shallower, things are smaller. Right now, I have like Fuji lenses right now, which are perfect. But if you have like Canon or Nikon lenses, or even some Sony lenses, you might find it's a little bit too shallow to put your lens straight up like that, and you might have to put your lens on its side, which takes up a little bit more space. How they also have the dividers is a little bit interesting. They are very, very thick, so maybe a little bit of thinner dividers to add more space would have been great. And also, they're kind of made into square, rectangular blocks. So if I did have a camera with a lens on it, so let me grab one, give me 1 second. So for example, I have here a Fuji XT3 with a 23mm lens attached to it. I could kind of shove it in here, but it is kind of a little bit awkward. It would have been great if the padded dividers were kind of made into that, like, you know, that triangular way where you can actually, you know, slot your camera this way. But I feel like I just have to readjust things and move things around, but it's kind of inefficient for space. Yeah, I'll be able to make it work, like, you know, shoving it in like that or something like that. But that's not the most ideal way to put your camera in this bag anyways, because it's kind of bulging out a little bit. So I'll have to reconfigure it out. So yeah, so another improvement would have been if they changed the padded dividers slightly so that they were a little bit more flexible. They were a little bit thinner, just a little bit thinner. And then they made some pre-angulared ones to accommodate a camera with a lens. Okay, so here's my 15-inch MacBook Pro. I'm gonna shove it in. Oh my God. It's a very snug fit. Oh yeah, the other thing also, which I think could also be improved, is this strap right here. So I have a 15-inch MacBook Pro, and where the Velcro sits to make it snug is barely catching. So it would have been great if the Velcro was made like a little bit lower down on the strap, so I could really nice and, you know, pull it nice and tight to make it snug. But otherwise, if I have to put it on, like, there's this little gap here, and, like, you know, laptop can kind of slide out, in and out. Not very efficient. But anyways, I'm gonna zip it up right now. I'm gonna do it from the side so you can kind of see. But as you can tell, it's already a little bit tight. I'm gonna go to this side as well. So that fits okay. It's tight. I feel like it's a little bit too tight. So if they actually just added just like maybe an extra like half a centimeter or something like that, just to make it, you know, work, that would have been great. What will make it even worse was, you know how my camera was bulging out just a little bit. So if you had one of your lenses, or if your camera was just slightly bulging out just a little bit, it's gonna make it even tighter for it to fit. And that was a tight fit, and that was just like with like almost nothing in it. So my suggestion is that who is this bag for? This bag is for people who only have a mirrorless system, like a Fuji or Sony a6000, a6300, Leica, small things like that. You will be fine with that. Or if you have only a 13-inch laptop, a 13-inch MacBook Pro or something like that, that will fit much easier. You can totally fit a 15-inch in here, but based on my experience using the Globetrotter, I feel like, and you know, for me, I use, you know, Canon DSLRs. I'm using a lot of different things, and I constantly need a little bit more space. I would prefer, if you had that type of system, to go for that bag, even though it's a lot bigger. I just feel like the flexibility of having larger space is much more useful than having this one. So this one is great as a great everyday walk around bag. But again, only if you had a small mirrorless system. Or what I think is, if you're only gonna be carrying around like one camera and a lens, what I would suggest is let's take out that camera cube, and so that the laptop fits a little bit more snug inside and it's a little bit easier, because honestly, I use my laptop like 2 to 5 times a day, wherever I'm going, at home or here or work or coffee shop or whatever. I'm whipping out my laptop all the time. So for me, laptop access is the most important thing. Then secondary would be the camera. And then I would actually put the camera just at the very top, because that's nice and easy. So then if you want to access your everyday essentials like your jacket or things like that, or food, snacks, I would put them on into the bottom compartment and then keep my camera at the top so it's nice and quick. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, yeah, those are just my thoughts between the two bags. I do have my Globetrotter here, so I will bring it out and show it to you side by side and what it looks like. Okay, so this is the size difference between the two camera bags. As you can tell, it is taller, it is wider, and it is definitely thicker. Boom. Anyways, so yeah, so this is the Langley Alpha Compact. You know, they made my wish come true in terms of making a smaller Globetrotter bag. However, there's just a few small things that could be improved, and I feel like if they made a version 2 of this, it would be almost the perfect bag for walking around every day, day-to-day travel, things like that. I love the look, and the one thing about Langley and why I love like the Globetrotter so much is that the quality of materials is amazing. By far the best materials, craftsmanship, workmanship, everything is just really, really high quality, and it looks amazing. It doesn't look like an actual traditional camera bag. It's a very, very stylish bag. So yeah, that's why I'm very, very invested into Langley and why I love their bags. But yeah, in terms of like if you're debating between the Globetrotter and this bag, or if you might even want to have both, these are just my thoughts and opinions. So I hope you like this, and if you want to see me do more of these reviews, please like and subscribe, and definitely don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desy31.